Shalom everyone. I watched a video about 3 years ago, and that same video came up on my YouTube about a few days ago, and I happened to rewatch it. 3 years ago when I watched it, it was extremely inspiring to me because despite the circumstances, I watched a woman who was very devoted to God, who was doing everything that was pleasing in His sight, who always prayed to God and asked God for literally everything. There wasn't a thing or a day that went by where this lady was not praying. And unfortunately, this lady had or has converted to Islam. But in this video, she tells of her journey. And during her speech, she mentions, and I want to put this clip in. So after I say what I have to say, I'm actually going to put the clip in so you guys can see. But she mentioned to us or to the viewers that she had prayed on a specific day, and she asked God to show her a sign, to show her in what way she could dress that would be pleasing to Him. So I just want to really show you the clip. And yeah, I mean, I know how some of you women feel, and I'm not suggesting you all need to dress like her, but it was just very inspirational. The way she spoke, she was very eloquent, and she just really wanted to do what was pleasing to God. And she got a sign, and that's what she thought of how to dress because of the way that her prayer was answered. So here we go. I'm just going to show you the clip, guys, and let me know what you guys think after
How
you
do I
watch
know
it.
maybe this man is going to follow me? So I went home. The next morning when I was making my prayers, I was troubled about this situation. I had considered myself conservatively dressed for a Christian in Egypt. I was wearing long skirts, but they might have been a couple of inches, about like this, above my ankle bone. And I was usually wearing these three-piece outfits with a top and maybe another jacket, but it might have been three-quarter length sleeve instead of full-length sleeve. And wasn't paying too much attention to the neck and was just tying my scarf behind my head. But this morning when I said my prayer after what had happened the day before, I was sitting down on my knees and I started to commune with my Lord, and I said, Dear Lord, could you please show me the kind of clothing in your sight that is pleasing for a godly woman to wear? Those were my exact words. The same day, first of all, if anybody would have asked me how I thought this prayer might be answered, I would be quite confident and say, I'm sure he's going to show me one of the sisters, the nuns from the church. But to my surprise, the same day at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I was strollering my boys out for a walk, and we stopped at a bookstore. And a Muslim woman approached me in the bookstore. She was very intelligent and she spoke fluent English. She was wearing, it was the month of March. I used to say this story and think that it was the month of February, if anybody has heard this story before. I ran into an old journal of mine and have to correct it because it was early March. And she was wearing a wool, what is called a galabeya, which is a straight dress, long sleeves, with a white scarf on her head, and she was carrying a little girl in a fluffy little white dress with patent leather shoes in her arms. And the astonishing matter was that in the course of our conversation, she is the one who approached me. She was asking me where I was from. She was asking me if I was married to an Egyptian, which I said no. And in the course of this conversation, she said exactly these words: "You can see by my clothes that I am a godly woman." Well, I was completely shocked because this was exactly the language that I had used in my own prayer that morning. And I went home after this, and the next time I was on my knees praying, I lifted up my hands and I said, "But dear Lord, she's a Muslim." It wasn't too long after this that
Let me know what you guys thought about her prayer to God and her answered prayer from God in the comment section below. I am in no way, shape, or form suggesting or saying or thinking that we as women of Yahweh need to dress in a Muslim way, so to say. I definitely choose to dress that way because I believe that it is definitely pleasing to God. It is pleasing to my husband. It is something that definitely brings me closer to Yahweh. And I think it's overall just really beautiful to cover. However, it would be really nice if most of us, especially those people who are married and even single, choose to dress in a more set apart way and not in a worldly way where we just dress any way we like and dress in a provocative or seductive or in a way that the world dresses most of the time. I think we as believing women need to get to a point where we stop being defensive, where we stop being offended and insulted at everybody who tells us to dress more appropriately. As I said, you don't have to dress like a Muslim, but I think we need to get to a point where, just like this woman, pray to Yahweh every day, asking Him to show us what pleases Him instead of what pleases us and what pleases our flesh, so that we can be pleasing to Him and walk in His ways and be set apart. Pray that this video that you are watching today or have watched helps you to open up your heart and your mind and your soul to really truly live for Yahweh and to truly do what is pleasing to Him, to actually sit down on your knees just like Noor did, just like this lady did, and pray to Yahweh and ask Him to show you what is pleasing to Him and what He would like you to do and how He would like you to dress and how He would like you to live your life instead of just simply living for yourself. So thank you guys for watching, and until next time, shalom.